Hello, my name is Jack Fortin. I am the owner and operator of Jacksville Gold and Silver Trading in Red Deer, Alberta, and today is April 21st, 2017. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about gold and how the recent election of Donald Trump will affect the prices going forward. Now, there's two things that really are kind of motifs of the Trump administration that I've kind of seen myself. One is debt. Debt is going to be a key thing going forward, and the other one is awareness. Okay, now getting to debt. I read recently from an article from The Economist that pointed out that global levels of debt now exceed over 200 trillion US dollars. That represents about 325% of global GDP. Now, in terms of the United States, since after all it was Donald Trump's election, the U.S. is running a deficit now. Their levels of government debt alone are about $20 trillion. However, that does not include almost $100 trillion in unfunded liabilities going forward. And I suspect this number I mentioned earlier, the $200 trillion, does not include unfunded liabilities. But I should point out too, that includes government debt, private debt, as well as corporate debt. So basically all global debt is a little over $200 trillion now, according to The Economist. Now, Donald Trump isn't responsible for this debt, but he did inherit it. At some point, this is going to have to be dealt with. Now, with all the debt out there, in order that this debt can be serviced, new currency needs to be created. And ironically, the only way that currency is created by being loaned into existence, increasing even more debt. So this cycle can go on for I don't know how much longer, but it's looking pretty shaky. At any rate, Donald Trump's going to have to deal with debt, and that's going to mean massive infrastructure projects, ironically borrowing money in order to service the debt that's out there. So along with this debt, which is going to become more of a more out thing. Right now we're not hearing a lot about it. Debt is going to be really important in the not too distant future. The other thing about Donald Trump's election, love him or hate him, Donald Trump has caused millions of people to now understand that the mainstream media are less than honest brokers of the news. And people are now going to alternative sites, the internet, community solutions, or whatever to get honest and reliable information. The mainstream is no longer delivering it. And this awareness is really important for gold going forward, because part of the mainstream is to keep people away from gold, the alternatives that allow them to take their wealth out of the financial sector. That's the last thing they want. Because of people looking into the news itself, and then the financial system, the so-called money system that we have, all this sort of information is now starting to come to the surface. Now it's just a small minority now, but we've definitely hit a catalyzing point where more and more people are going to become aware of what the news is and isn't, at least when it comes from the mainstream. So that's going to have excellent effect for the price of gold, at least for the demand for gold going ahead, because people are going to see the efficacy of holding gold. So basically, we're looking at debt and awareness are the two things that I think characterize the Trump administration now and going forward, and I think that's going to be very positive for gold prices going ahead. Thank you.